Hi everybody. Okay, so today we're going to make a very simple stew with ingredients that I just bought from the Fruiteria. It's the equivalent of an American vegetable and meat store. Uh, this meat is called Diaz Meal. It's 68, almost 70, excuse me, almost 69 pesos. So that would be 100 pesos is about $5. So this is well underneath that. But the vegetables in this, let's just say it's around $5. So I haven't used that meat before. My dental work is terrible, so I can't chew hard things like raw carrots or meat. Everything has to be pretty much boiled down to where it pretty so much melts in my mouth. So I'll go ahead and start with potatoes. I love potatoes. They're probably my favorite vegetable of all. But I have to be careful because they're pretty starchy, and I loved everything potatoes when I lived in the United States, especially McDonald's French fries. I like them so much I got up to 180 pounds last January when I visited there the last time. But I can't go back to the United States because my license tags are expired and I have no money. All I live on is Social Security. That's just the way it is. And I gotta hand it to Mexico. The people are very friendly. My rent is less than $500 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Is it perfect? No. But for me and my 2 Chihuahuas, it's just right for us. You get to the point, if you're alone like I am, and up in age, I'm 72, where you're just more aware of what you have and be grateful for it. I was homeless once because I had a terrible gambling addiction. That's why I don't have any money today, basically. Also, when I did have money, I invested in a Bitcoin thing, and that turned out to be a scam. I lost $60,000 doing that. And then other people I loaned money to, and of course I never got any of that back. But that's all on me. I'm not blaming anyone or anything. Addictions are terrible. In fact, I had an alcohol addiction back in the day, as well as the gambling. But today I don't drink, I don't gamble. But a little late in life to be, I've learned my lesson. Everything's gonna be good now. Well, it gets to the point, for me anyway, that I'm happy for every day that I'm alive. I say my prayers every day. I give thanks to our Lord in heaven for what I do have and not worrying about what I don't have. So the owner of the Fruiteria, the vegetable store, I had both hands filled with groceries, and he was putting all these carrots in a decorative pattern round and round and round. And I had my hands full. I said, "Señor, por favor." I don't know how to say carrots, but he had carrots in his hand. He said, "Okay, cuatro?" I said, "Sí." So he gave me these 4 carrots. You don't find a lot of things packaged in Mexico, like fruits and vegetables. You pretty much have to get the little plastic bag that you can put your goods in. I don't think there's even a scale. But I'll tell you what, those girls at the checkout counter, they know everything from an acorn to a piece of squash. They know exactly how to calculate that. They've been doing it for a while. So I'm always amazed at how quick they can put the produce on a scale and know exactly what to charge as per pound. I never know. I just put them in my basket, take it to the counter, and let them figure it out. But then again, I've been here a little over 3 years, probably going on 4. So I've learned a lot since I've been here about prices and so forth. So with my Social Security, I can stretch it out for a month of living. I certainly can't afford a car anymore. So we'll go ahead and chop off the ends of these carrots and then chop them down a little bit more so that they're in even pieces. Okay. And we'll put everything into the Instant Pot. Alright? So I'm just going to cut some of these carrots up so they're manageable. There we go. I don't eat nearly enough vegetables. And this piece of meat is super rare for me to buy any red meat at all. You know, hamburger used to be my meat of choice because it was something I could chew with my bad teeth. But, you know, the cost of hamburger, oh my goodness, they just kept going up and up, even here in Mexico. So we'll just cut these potatoes real nice into chunks like that. Okay. I love potatoes. And this isn't a meal that I'm going to do all in one night as far as eat it. This will probably last me for, Lord, I don't know, probably a week. I made it a point all year long to lose weight, so I went from 180 pounds in January to I'm just a little over 140 now. I think about 143. But, you know, I don't buy candy anymore. I don't buy sweets. Because back in the States, I was just chocolate and fast food were my go-tos. Extremely unhealthy. But I was getting older even back then, and I thought, you know what the heck, everyone's got to die sometime. Terrible attitude, I know. Boy, that pot's filling up pretty fast with the vegetables, aren't they? What's the matter, Daisy? There's nobody out there, Daisy. My chihuahua thinking there's somebody out there. Let me look out the window real quick. No, Daisy, there's nobody out there. No. Okay, so almost done with potatoes. Well, that's quite a bit. So, this is the only meat I have. So I don't think the meat is going to be in the minority in this stew for sure. So, give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and just take out all these peelings and put them in the garbage. Not my first rodeo, so I know what I'm doing here. There. Okay. That's done. Oh, I dropped this carrot on the floor. Okay, so now for the meat. I asked the lady, I said, well, will this meat cook up pretty good? And she says, oh yeah. But what I'm worried about is it's just so darn thin. So, I don't know if you can see or not. Let me get rid of this real quick. And put that knife back in its sheath. This is the sharpest knife, I swear to God. But I love this little blade hole or guard. That works really well. I don't know what I'd do without a potato peeler, vegetable peeler. Okay, so I always like a clean workspace. Oh shoot. Forgot to cut the meat. Alright, so there are some fatty parts to this. I'm not too worried about it because the Instant Pot does really good when it comes to tenderizing anything that you put in it, if you cook it long enough. I buy a lot of chicken, but my dogs turn their nose up at regular dog food that's healthy for them, and it's my own fault. Because once they got the taste of chicken, they didn't want anything else, that's for sure. Okay, this is really thin, so I'm just gonna cut it into like chunks. And just put that in there. Here's a real fatty piece. I'll try to get rid of some of that fat. Actually, it just kind of pulls away, doesn't it? And another piece, and we are done. Daisy, do you want a little bit of this? Here. Come here, Daisy. Oh, she's got a bone in her mouth. I bought some bones at the store today. They're just like beef bones. But for little dogs, that beef bone is pretty darn big. And the dogs carry it around like a trophy for days. And they fight with each other over their trophies. There's no one out there. Daisy Bell. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some flour and water. Oh, that's not fitting in right. I had it backwards. Make a roux. R-O-U. A roux. So, here's a little bit of flour. I'll just add it into the little plastic bowl. And I need my whisk. There's my whisk. I'll just add a little water. Start mixing it up. Oh, it gets thick real fast, almost like a dough. Need a lot more water there. And I'm making a mess in the sink, but that's okay. The sink's before. I'll probably have to add a little salt just for flavoring. I'm careful about salt these days because it's obviously, for older people like me, salt is not your friend because salt retains water. I'm just going to kind of pour that roux in there like that. And then just real quickly wash a little bit of dishes. Alright, oops. There's nothing in the flour thing. Okay, so I think I will have to add some water, obviously. Not too much. Otherwise, then it just becomes a soup. So it's about like that. All right. I didn't add any onions. I love onions, but onions do not love me. I'll be in the bathroom for a week if I eat onions. I'm always envious of people that can get that flowering, blooming onion. So I'm going to put this into the Instant Pot. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me adjust the camera angle just a little bit more. There we go. Now I gotta fix the gimbal again. Okay, well, this is the Instant Pot. I've had this now for about 5 years. When I was in the States, I bought it. And it's hard to imagine for me what life was like without it before. So here is the sal iodata, that's La Fina, that's called salt. So I'm adding some salt, and I'm going to turn the pressure time on to, let's see, meat stew. That's 35 minutes, so that'll cook up real nicely. I'm going to turn off the keep warm button. There. Okay, so I'll come back to you when I can take the lid off. See you in a moment. Well, about an hour later altogether, because you have to let the steam out. Yeah, so this stew will last me for at least a week. I'll probably give most of it to the dogs later, but yeah, so I'm gonna check out this meat, this beef that they recommended to see if I can chew it or not with my bad teeth. Yeah. It's a lot of good flavor in it. The potatoes, the carrots. Boy, everything's right there. More than I can eat, that's for sure. So, and I have some bread, so I can use the bread to dip into the sauce. I'll probably put it into take some and put it into a bowl tonight and have that for dinner. And I'm gonna make more videos. I'm not very good at it just yet. But I sure do thank you for watching. And it's another day. I'm happy to be alive. And I've got a stew to enjoy for the week. Now I just gotta find enough plastic containers to put them all in. We'll see you later. Take care.